Hey, the date is June 16th, 2021. I decided to not write, but start a video journal. This is day number 1. You know, it's funny when you think about starting something, and then once you start it, it's like your mind goes blank. You're not quite sure what to do. There are some people who are really, really good at being a self-starter. I mean, they're really, really good at it. They can put their mind to something, and it's like they can just do it. And I admire those people. Those people who not necessarily think about being a success, although there are those types of people who their mindset is, I want to be a success. Then there are other people who just want to do it because it's there. Like, I forget the guy's name who climbed Mount Everest and came down nearly dead. When they asked him, why did you go up there to die? He said, I went up there to live. Those people who climb mountains because it's there, who do things sometimes as a group, sometimes on their own, and they go to different places, go on incredible vacations, and why do they do it? Because they're driven to, because they have that drive, because they have that ability to be a self-starter, and I admire that. Then there are people like me who are constantly torn on, constantly questioning just about everything, whether it be government, whether it be themselves, whether it be relationships, friendships, whatever it is. They're constantly questioning it, not necessarily questioning the validity of it, but questioning it. One thing I will say, one thing that I have started, one thing that is hard not to follow through with, is growing things. I mean, right now I have a lavender plant that's actually doing really, really well. It was going insane. Here, let me show you. A lavender plant it was insane until I trimmed it, but it took a little bit of effort on my part to actually get off my butt and to trim it, to sculpt it, if you will. And it's doing beautifully. I love it. If you notice, there's kind of a gap next to it. I planted some rosemary. I hope that it comes up. I'm seeing some little tiny sprouts coming up. I hope that's rosemary. But we'll see. I have an onion plant that's a mutant right now. My plan, let's see if I follow through with it, is to find the most effective way of collecting the seeds, because this onion plant that I have, what I did in my kitchen, what was it, last year, I bought some onions, and a few of them started to grow. So I thought, what the heck, let's see what happens. So I just put them in soil. My youngest daughter, she's 5 years old, she started these. I let her, take control of that. Oh, there's some birdseed in it. If you haven't noticed, I'm somewhat distractible. I have a couple of bell pepper plants that are just starting to sprout. Last year I tried, no. If you look behind me, you have this shoe rack. It's like, oh, what's that for? Well, I decided to try one of those DIYs where you try and make stuff grow in that. That didn't work. I tried planting stuff last year, but I kind of neglected them, and I didn't water them like I should. Yeah, that happened. I love doing things outdoors, but it's a matter of actually getting outside to do those things, especially when you have so many things inside that distract you. Movies, video games, binge watching your favorite TV shows, whether it be, what was it, Downtown Abbey, which is honestly not my cup of tea. For me, I'm more a Stargate fan, Star Trek The Next Generation, MASH, things like that. I love the classics. One of my favorite movies that I could watch over and over again is Support Your Local Sheriff. I love that movie. It's a fun movie. It's kind of like a Western, but it's a spoof on Westerns too. It's one of those kind of movies that is very well done, but doesn't take itself too seriously. If you notice I'm kind of rambling on and leapfrogging, it's because it's a journal. I don't know if I'm gonna post this or not. I have no idea. But self-starting is hard. At least it's hard for me. I've done the regular work schedule, but I also like having my freedom. And by that I mean I like having a flexible schedule without the fear of being fired or let go, or being talked to and talked down to and guilted. It's not helpful. They may think that they're trying to be I don't know the motivation of employers, but most employees, a few of them, they do what they do because they love it, and the rest do what they do because they have to. And some among those do it out of fear. They're just afraid of being fired and losing everything. I've experienced homelessness. It's a wonderful learning experience that I never want to do again. I've lived under a bridge. I've had to go to homeless shelters. I've had to do a lot of that. I'm blessed for what I have. Sometimes I gripe about what I have, but it's what I have. And I thank God every day for it. Sometimes it's harder than others, honestly. It's like, whether or not people want to realize it, when they have to, when they choose to live on government assistance, they're effectively taking the scraps from under the table. They may think they're living the high life, but no. They may think they're getting away with something, but no. They're eating the scraps from under the table. And the government is the one chowing down on the things that other people grow, on the success of others. I know that's not a popular view, but that's the reality of it. I can get into things like politics, survival. I love survival. I would love the opportunity to go hiking. I mean, I've done part of the Pacific Crest Trail, only a week's of it, or only a week's worth of it. That was fun. I loved it. It was hard. It was tiring, but I loved it. I did it with a church group years ago. Right now, for me, I'm trying to do DoorDash, and it's hard. Not the work itself. The work itself is wonderful and easy, but it's the matter of getting out there, finding the motivation to actually get in the car and start the app. Get moving, and once you're moving, maintain that momentum. And that's kind of hard, because there are lulls, and when you have those lulls, you have that little voice in the back of your head that says, we're good for the day. You've made $40, $50, $60. That's good for the day. You can try harder tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and you just don't feel up to it. And by the time you know it, a whole week's gone by and you've made a total of $120 maybe. That's not living. That's not living. That's barely existing. You see other people that are homeless, that either haven't succeeded or have grown complacent or have lost. And you think to yourself, there but by the grace of God go I. I'm blessed. I'm blessed for what I have. I'm blessed for my family. I'm blessed for everything that I have. Sometimes I get angry at God, and that's okay. I mean, you get angry with your parents. Some of them, they don't understand. Some of them do. But we have emotions. It's okay to have emotions, whether it be sad or happy, angry, whatever. As far as this journal, I want to do it again tomorrow. I want to start doing this regularly. I don't know if I have the motivation. I mean, it may stem out into something else. I mean, what is it? Doing something 21 times or something like that and it becomes a habit? Well, let's see what happens. I'm wanting to do DoorDash 21 times in a row and have that become a habit. This is a matter of doing it. Anyways, thanks for listening. Thank you for putting up with me. If you listen to the whole thing, please like, comment, subscribe. God bless.